Hi, I'm Boongary Puppet, and in this video we'll be watching fellow content creator SpookyLoopz' most recent video in which he talks about the current state of Dead by Daylight. I will be commenting and explaining why, for the most part, he is absolutely right. I'm starting to make more long-form videos for YouTube every Wednesday, and I will continue making daily shorts for YouTube as well. If you could please hit that subscribe button below, it would really help out the channel. Thank you so much, and here we go. A big boon. So this is me reacting to SpookyLoopz' video. If you don't know SpookyLoopz, check him out on Twitch, check him out on YouTube. I like all of his content. I watch pretty much every video he puts out, and he just put out a video called "This is what I hate about Dead by Daylight." So let's see what they have to say on the subject. Skill check, miss?
So I've been playing Dead by Daylight since 2019. And in my 6 years of playing this game, I primarily only uploaded fun and positive type of content. However, since I'm on the cusp of amassing 7,000 hours played, I thought it...
Oh, he's only got almost 7,000. I just hit a little over 3,000, right? Yeah, I'm at almost 3,400 here.
I would do today's video a little different and talk about all the things I absolutely fucking hate in this game. Before you start thinking, man, SpookyLoopz got fat. You're damn right I did. Just tell me in the comments. Boost my engagement. My eyes are up here, buddy. So I'm gonna start you off easy. There are currently 54 maps in Dead by Daylight at the time of recording this video.
54 maps, and a lot of them are just like maps where it's like stuff is here, now stuff is here, now stuff is here. So 54 maps, but it's like there's a couple of them that it's like this is map type 4.
With a bunch more on the way. Now, the majority of the maps in DVD are totally fine. Hear me if I say usually fun. However, there are some that are just so incredibly ass that you know loading into the game, you're gonna get frustrated.
You're gonna get frustrated. So Area Crows, either RPD.
And those maps are Ellen's Bush, Poop Castle, Tattoo Inn, Garden of Ass, and every variant of Bad Hen Preschool. Now, I don't know if there's like a contractual
So none of the ones I listed, so I guess he's fine with those.
Obligation for like the Freddy license, but who in their right mind of behavior was like, you know what this game needs? 5 different versions of this shitty school. That preschool not only has a super gross main building with 4 strong pallets and a super obnoxious window to chain it all together, but God forbid, if you down someone on the bottom floor without basement, you're more than likely gonna have to break a wall just to get them out. Like, just put me in the ambulance already. I wish I could say that it doesn't end there. Every variant of Badham has a shack, House of Pain, and a Quinton house. Like, brother, this pad is 400 square feet. How'd you even fit a pallet in here? The map is...
I mean, when you think about it like that, yeah, I can see why all the Badhams are bad.
Just awful. Area Crows has terrible visibility and practically everywhere is safe. And always...
Remember when Badham was going through the change, so they made it so every game you loaded into Badham? Yeah. Oh yeah.
See, survivors know that, or else they wouldn't be burning crow offerings every 3rd game. The Vecna map has 2 levels, and the best strategy is just to never go downstairs. Nostromo is gigantic, and this window fucking sucks.
Yep.
Actually, no, the entire map sucks.
Yeah, the Garden of Joy. Yeah, I've heard nothing but negative things about that map from a lot of people.
Don't get me wrong, the art team behind creating these realms completely knock it out of the park visually. For example, Garden of Joy feels bad to play on, but like, look at this. That's cool. However, the ongoing trend I see happening with new maps is they're trying to one-up the last one, at the cost of how it actually plays. But not you, Orm and mine. That map's pretty fun. All right, so we got the maps out of the way. Hey! You gonna buy anything? You've been here like 30 minutes.
Do you have any gummy bears?
What?
No, we don't.
Oh, how about some earbuds to listen to my favorite tunes?
Yes, actually we do. So here we are, another year around the sun. This is usually the part where people start jumping on their New Year's resolutions. Yours might be getting back into the gym or even starting a new hobby. So why not bring your Raycon Everyday Earbuds along for the ride? Raycon's Everyday Earbuds are perfect for the gym, taking a phone call, or even listening to a new epidemic. I don't know what it is, but it seems lately the uptick in survivors either DCing or killing themselves on hook has increased dramatically.
It has.
There's some gamers out there that have accessibility concerns or physical reactions in regards to some killers they face. I completely understand if you gotta go. But I've had people DC simply for me just chasing them first. Like, this is a video game. All of us took the time to get in the match, and if you don't want to play, okay, that's fine. Disconnect, eat your penalty, but give us a bot. The thing that frustrates me the absolute most about this current epidemic are the types of people that circumvent the DC penalty by just killing themselves on hook anyway. I understand if you're trying to Kobe because your team is cooked and you're just trying to survive, but doing it as a way to get out of the match on first hook because you played bad, not only royally fucks over your team, but instantly makes the experience terrible for everyone else involved.
It's true. There's a lot of disconnects and a lot of people just taking themselves out. Like, I can't think of a more iconic duo right now than the sound of a survivor going down after their first chase and the immediate disconnect noise. Just hearing the dun is absolutely problematic in how often it happens.
Well, it's not our fault your DC penalty is 12 days long. You're kind of being selfish. And those aren't even the worst kind. I've had survivors attempt to go next on hook only to get saved before they could. So they run around, dropping every pallet on the map to get back at their team. And then spam loud noise notifications over and over like a big...
I DC'd after I never get to play. Yep. All survivors are made out of copper. And me and Blade had a Michaela like this the other day. They were trying to take themselves out on hook. They got saved because they wanted to go next. They got saved, and because they wanted to go next and not be saved for the rest of the game, they ran around throwing every pallet on the map. So there are definitely people that are like, hey, I'm going to go next, and you're going to be like, no, fucking help us here, and they're going to be like, because you saved me, I'm going to fuck the rest of the game for you. And it's definitely happening.
So that brings up the big question. How would you fix it? I personally think being able to make attempts to unhook yourself needs to be removed from the game entirely, unless you came into the trial with Deliverance or Wicked, and of course, the new anti-kim. If you get hooked twice, let go, brother. I don't care. At least you gave your team a shot. Because right now, the game pretty much incentivizes you to do so if you won out with no penalty. And as sad as it is, I'd much rather have no DC penalty, let people just leave when they want, but at least the team has a bot. If that's the direction the game is going to go in the future, just be ready because you're one iridescent hatchet away from playing the campaign.
Yeah, when you're sitting there playing against bots, it's just a campaign game, really. It's a single player game. As soon as it's all bots, like, that's all it is. As soon as all 4 survivors leave, the killer doesn't get to leave. They'll get a penalty. You gotta play the campaign, basically, and take out bot players. PvE, yeah. As soon as 4 people disconnect because they don't like your killer or they don't like the add-on you're bringing, it becomes PvE, and you also lose any chance of getting an achievement. You can't get achievements when you're facing a whole team of bots. So I believe if you're going for Adept and it's 4 bots, I do believe the case is that you don't get it.
Game seems pretty fun. Is it easy to get into?
Actually, no, not really.
Thank you for the sub, Docky. I appreciate that. Appreciate all of the support, my friend. I'll hit you with some hype when we're done with this. Yeah, thank you for the continued support, my friend. Hope you're having a wonderful day. I'll continue doing what we're doing here.
Well, that's too bad.
Like I mentioned earlier, I've been a part of the DVD community for a long time, and I want nothing more than to see the game grow. And with 2025 supposedly being a massive year for DVD, getting a bunch of new players to stick around is probably going to be challenging, because the new player experience in DVD is absolute cheeks. DVD has so much variance and so many different factors that I think more tools need to be implemented for the newer players that come to the game.
Exactly. We were just, I believe it was Docky that said, or Blade, that was like, there needs to be a thing that says, there's a fucking exponential boon up, crawl to it, and gives you like an arrow saying, go this way while you're on the ground. Behavior, hire me.
Like the Survivor tutorial teaches you basically nothing about the actual game. Sure,
it's true.
The controls, vault this window, click on this generator. If my 65-year-old dad figured it out on his first go, you know there's not much to grasp. But first, go over here to inside the gate and stop, and then you know the control button. Yeah. Keep clicking it up and down. Crouch it. Yeah, that's what you want to do. That lets the killer know that you won.
Where's that damn hole at?
All right, so you finished the basic tutorial. Now try it against a bot killer. Now, I'll be honest, I'll give credit where credit is due. At least they even have this option, but it's going to be quite the culture shock when a new player goes from a bot trapper to getting smacked by a blight going 60 miles per hour in a live game. The point I'm getting at is there's 38 killers, like 9,000 perks in DBD. There needs to be a new way for a new player to jump into a custom game, select which bot killer they want to play against, and learn the game at their own pace. So the next time you see a default Meg hiding in a bush while you're phasing out on Hook, remember the reason as to why. Okay, so let's say a new player toughs it out and commits to the game. Not only is 90% of the game locked behind a rather large paywall, but the grind is ridiculous. Us seasoned players have the luxury of being around for a while, so unlocking new perks and add-ons are fairly easy. Even if they decided to pay up to unlock every character, the grind in 2025 to get tier 3 teachables on everyone is insane. You can only imagine how much time that would actually take. I get comments all the time from people that watch my videos that can't replicate the build I'm running because the perk simply isn't available to them. I think if you spend real-world dollars to unlock a character, the perk should also come along with it. No more tier 1 or 2 bullshit family dollar versions, just a perk as it was intended, available on everyone. This is DBD, not classic World of Warcraft. Now, Behavior said they plan on implementing a new way for new players to test characters.
It means by not classic World of Warcraft is what World of Warcraft used to be was you would be playing a mage and you would have Firebolt level 1 and you would learn Firebolt level 2 at level 8. You would have to physically go to a main city, find a mage trainer, learn it, grab it from your spell page, and then drag it down and replace it on your thing from rank 1 to rank 2. So if you didn't know that you had to go to a mage trainer to get new spells, there are plenty of new players that play World of Warcraft when Classic. They would just be running around with the spells that they got at level 1, which aren't a lot. And they're like, oh, I actually have to go to a mage trainer? Oh, I can actually go up to like level 15 Firebolt now? That's why I'm doing a lot more damage now. So that's what he's saying here is when you spend money on a character, actual physical money, something hard-earned that you have, when you're spending money on Dead by Daylight characters, you should just get level 3. You shouldn't have to go through 1. You shouldn't have to go through level 2. If you're paying money, you should have level 3 unlocked for everybody right across the bat. So that's what he's talking about, is not only right now do you have to spend money on a new character, but you have to grind them to level 3 to unlock all of their perks. You can get it at level 1, prestige level 1, but that only unlocks it on level 1 for all your other characters. It should be automatically applied to all of the characters at purchase. If you're going to spend real money on it, yeah, P1 gives access to everybody's. It doesn't automatically like get you tier 3 one and automatically put in the people's things like prestige 3 does. But if you're going to be spending actual real money to buy actual licensed characters, you shouldn't have to prestige them 3 times for everybody to get their perks. It should be something that is automatically unlocked. If you're spending the money on it, you only play one guy. I think P1 is more economical. What would be PNG your main? Yes. Let's continue.
They haven't purchased yet, similar to the old Splinter offerings. As this is a step in the right direction, I think it's really just another way to get you to buy it, with the rest of the problems still being there. All of this factored in on top of potentially having a shit experience due to lack of information, spotty matchmaking, or getting bled out at 5 gens because some dude had a bad day IRL. It's not hard to see why the new player experience feels bad.
Yep.
Dude, are you gonna buy anything? You have to pay for that.
Maybe that game. Is there anything else wrong with it?
Yeah. The bugs.
Oh, what kind of bugs?
Bugs. The last thing I want to include in this video is something that has been in the game since its inception. The fucking bugs. I'll start off by saying I have no idea how to make a video game, or what it even takes to make one function. And yeah, all games have bugs, but Dead by Daylight is notorious for being consistently buggy at any given time. It's almost expected, and happens so frequently that we as a
Yeah, I'm going to be putting up a longer form video of a doctor game that we had recently where I was unable to get out of max level madness. I couldn't heal, I couldn't do anything.
community just go, oh, that's just DVD. And I'm not even talking about the PTB stuff. We all know that it's only there for us to test things they're working on. I'm talking about the live server bugs that stay in the game for way too long. If playing on Gideon's wasn't already challenging, this bug has been in the game for weeks. Now, if I get outplayed due to a way better opponent, that's completely fine. But if I get outplayed because the game just decided it wants to fuck me, then that's when I start getting frustrated. Behavior releases new content every quarter. As much as I think new stuff coming to DVD helps bring life back to the game.
I can hide in a wall. Yep, that bug has been available for a while. We watched somebody do it in stream, actually. You can walk right into the wall and the killer can't harm you there. You can just sit there with the crows over your head and nobody can do anything about it.
Our game performance just simply gets swept under the rug. The community has voiced their opinions multiple times on this very specific topic. Take a chapter off and give us a game health patch. Like, I don't give a shit about Mario potentially coming to DVD.
That would be humongous for Dead by Daylight if they just said, you know what, we're doing... That seems like an easy fix, right? I can agree that, you know what, take a chapter off. You know what? Don't give us a new killer or a new survivor for like 3 or 4 months. Instead, at the end of that 3 or 4 months, instead of a new chapter, collision tag for, yeah, like 3 or 4 months, just do another major health patch like they did previously with that big like 60 perk change up or whatever that they did. That's what they should be doing, is just, you know, stop doing content. We're going to focus on game health for the next 4 months. And the problem is they don't want to do that because the new content is what brings in the new characters. So if they just say, oh, we're not going to be doing anything new for the next couple months, it's all going to be game health, that might turn away people that might have played your game if you were bringing out Jason next month, you know?
Fix couch mode Wesker grabs, man, because bugs vary from mildly annoying to game breaking. If those types of bugs exist, you know damn right people will exploit them. I honestly don't believe that the devs are trying to put out bad product. Whether they prioritize the content schedule or they just don't have enough manpower, the thing that worries me the most is them shipping patches intentionally knowing that things are broken. And they simply have to set time in the future for them to be addressed. And who knows, maybe they believe that the community will simply just forgive them as it's something that happens so frequently. Because it's very apparent that Dead by Daylight likes to play both sides of the fence. On one side you have competitive balancing, but then they also lean towards the party game as well. And it seems like they just let us, the community, cannibalize each other over that. Because party games are more forgiving. Competitive games are not. Can you imagine there was a game-breaking bug in like a game like Valorant? That would be hotfixed instantly. And like I mentioned earlier in the video, I'll give credit where credit is due. Dead by Daylight does get patched relatively frequently. There's just some bugs that stay in the game way too long. And I don't know if it's because they just don't have time to get to it or it simply just flies under their noses. All I'm saying is DVD is going on 9 years. And we shouldn't have the expectation that when new content or a patch drops, something else breaks. And those are just some of the things that frustrate me the most in current DVD. Before I end the video, I wanted to give you some of my honorable mentions. Trapper is a poster boy at DVD and is the only killer in the game that has to do chores before he can play. Let him start with all of his traps. Man Young has like 5 reverse bear traps up her ass. You cannot tell me that is impossible. Totem spawns are pretty bad. This needs to be reworked, I think. I don't know how you're gonna do it. They're just bad. Having my ruin cleansed before my characters finish loading into the game sucks. And getting 4-man slugged in solo queue because the killer gets off on some weird power complex.
DVD is showing its age. Maybe. It might need an entirely new engine. Like we just upgraded to like Unreal 5. We might need something entirely different.
complex needs to be addressed. I understand completely capitalizing on a team that makes mistakes, but deliberately doing it so the other people have a miserable time only adds to the problem of retaining players. A give up after bleed out for a certain period of time would be nice. At the end of the day, I love Dead by Daylight. I think at its core, it's a really, really good, really fun game, but definitely has some tough aspects to it. I've been able to gain over 700,000 subscribers and create a super awesome community because of it, and I'm forever thankful for what this game has done. I'm interested in what you think about the things I mentioned in this video, so make sure to leave a comment below and tell me how thick I look. If you like these commentary style videos, I would suggest taking a look at my second channel where I cover movie reviews and other fun things. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you all.
Oh yeah.